Surprise! Welcome to MegoxCast. I am your host, John, joined by.
I'm Jared.
Oh, yes, for this episode. Today, we will talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy and the holiday special. Now, Jared, talk a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am obviously a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. If I agree to this podcast, I like extreme sports. I like music. I like video games. I like going outside. I like moving around the country. That's pretty much me.
Oh, yeah. All right, then. Let's hop right into it. Okay. So, Guardians of the Galaxy, a very great film, came out in 2014. Amazing, I just gotta say. Do you remember when you first watched it, Jared?
You, not the exact moment, but it's weird. I was hardcore DC fan, so huge fan of like Arrowverse. So like Arrow, and then like Flash came out. I was a huge DC fan. Like I was buying comic books on opening day every week and other stuff. And I wasn't really like, I didn't hate on Marvel or anything, but wasn't the biggest fan. But I forget, I don't know when I'd watched it, but one day I watched, Guardians of the Galaxy and it like changed me, dude. It was insane. Like the whole idea of it, just, stuff that I like to imagine myself and just the whole story of it all is just so cool. And like the visuals and obviously the music is like a big thing. And um, it's comedy as well. I don't know, it just changed me. And then I went backwards. I went from Guardians. I think 1 and 2 were out. So I watched 1 and 2. And then I went backwards all the way back to the beginning of Marvel and um, watched pretty much everything up until now. That's my
Oh,
history
okay.
on that.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I remember watching it when I was like younger, and I liked the movie. It's just a really funny movie, I'd say. It's like it was a lot different than the other Marvel movies, I'd say, because they're just what it's a lot funnier, especially because I don't know, I don't think a lot of the other Marvel movies before that were trying to be funny. I mean, we had things like Thor. Actually, I guess Thor was funny. I guess
Yeah,
all of
but
them were kind
Or
of funny.
didn't get funny until like Ragnarok, because they kind of
I
changed their style a little bit from like the Dark World in the first one.
I thought the first one was still kind of funny, and wasn't it like
Oh
fish
yeah,
out
it
of
was it
water
was
kind of
funny.
thing?
Percent
Yeah,
was
I mean,
hilarious.
I think they weren't like trying to make the story like funny, I guess. I mean, the story's not really that funny in Guardians, but I think, just it was, I don't know. I guess it's just more goofy or something. I don't know. A lot more dumb characters in that one.
I
Uh
think Guardians of the Galaxy kind of influenced like a small change in the way they did the style and with like the crazy music and the crazy lights and the mix of comedy and like all the emotional stuff.
yeah. No, I agree. I liked I liked the movie a lot. It was no, sorry, I'm just no, I think with the first movie it was just um it was it was just different, and I liked the I'd say it was a little weird to just have like someone like uh I guess Star Lord be the main character. We're not used to that kind of, I guess I don't know, just he's a lot different than like Thor or Iron Man or Captain America. He
Yeah,
seems more chill and not like the
he's not like a
the
superhero.
he is not, no.
I
Like,
guess
I
none of them
mean,
are, but he's
well,
especially not.
Iron Man's just a millionaire. But yeah, it's just I don't know. And I think the music made it interesting and different from all the other Marvel movies, even afterwards. Like they didn't even really copy that in the other Marvel movies. Just the dependence on the music. I mean, it's not dependence. It works with the film.
Yeah, exactly. Using the music to like kind of make the film more vibrant.
Yes. Um, it's definitely a very uh like just bright film. You know. Yeah, a lot of the other ones before that, before Guardians were just not colorful. They were kind of all like gray, kind of. Uh, like even Thor: The Dark World. I think that one came out before.
Yeah, it was before.
Yeah, it came out the same year though.
Oh, really?
I think so, 2014, I think, but
Oh,
maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I mean it's weird because Ant-Man came out the year after, and that one was kind of also going for like a funny vibe, you know, but no one really
yeah,
thought about that, like, you know, how that was funny.
yeah. Ant-Man. Well, I feel like Ant-Man was definitely like way more comedic than like Guardians was like I like James Gunn. He's awesome. Like the movies that he made and the mixture between like the comedy, like you mix in the comedy and like the emotional stuff, like just enough. Like I Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because it's so recent. Like I remember being in theaters watching it and like you'll literally be like tearing up, crying, and then it just zips over the next shot and it's something hilarious happens. Like Drax does something crazy or anything or just crazy. Like you're wiping tears off your face and then you're cracking up like right after. It's just nuts that they could do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, the characters in, volume one, they're just really good, like we just meet them, but we learn a lot more about them later. And they're they're fun in the first movie, I'd say. Um, especially hmm, I'd say, yeah, just just Chris Pratt. I'd say. I mean, I guess Drax. I feel like Drax came off more as a threat in the first one because he is trying to kill uh what's her name,
Yeah, Gamora
God,
and
Gamora. Yes.
Thanos and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, there is serious roots to all the stuff they do. You know, like there's some serious stuff. Like Ronan killed, I think that's his name, the bad guy in the first one, right?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
killed the yeah Drax's wife and kid, and then uh Gamora is like an orphan basically.
Like an orphan, like hitman for Thanos.
Yeah, and then there's you know I was gonna say Chris Pratt, Star Lord, or Peter Quill, who's just was abducted by aliens and then is now
Yeah.
just a ravager, like a pirate or something.
Like a
And
space
then
pirate.
yes, basically, and that is what it is. And then there's the obviously the famous Rocket Raccoon, which we find out more about later. It's just we can tell that he's not the most happy with himself. And then there's what's his name? Groot, who just says his name.
It's a monster.
He is
You
a
know what's cool
monster, yeah.
about that?
What?
That's kind of like a little fun fact that some people may not know is that Groot, like the character Groot from the first movie, he actually died when he saved everyone from the Ronin ship crashing, and
Wow.
the little like twig that Rocket saved was like his offspring. So like baby Groot, and then turns into like freaking King Groot in the third one is like the offspring of the original Groot.
It's like this is like sponge logic.
Yeah, whatever. It's tree logic.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. I don't know. I think it's funny that he only just says that all the time, but uh at the same I mean, I feel like in the first one, it was really funny. Later on, it just got not as funny, but I feel like they didn't really make that joke as much afterwards. Maybe in 3. I noticed they made it a lot in 3, but not
I
really
did
in
like
2.
how because they kind of understand him more and more when
Yeah.
he called.
Yeah, they don't
I like
yeah,
that. I think that's really cool.
yeah, they don't really understand him, in the first one. Uh, only, Rocket does, but that's because he knows him so well. And, no, I don't know, I think that was cool. Um, the Collector, uh, was just insane in that one. Actually, not that insane, but I like how he was in this one because he's not really in the other ones. The Collector, and, like, we get to know a little bit more about what he does, you know?
Yeah, was he like he was from a rich family, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
Tavon group, and then he he owns that nowhere planet, which is like a severed head of a celestial. And then all those people work for him, and he has like the most rare resources on I guess in the galaxy,
dang. He does?
I guess. I mean, he has the power crown, and he had like all that stuff on display, and
Oh,
I think he
he didn't
said it in the movie.
yeah. Well, he didn't have the Power Stone until, they gave it to him, and then he really didn't have it after that, did he? But,
Didn't he
what would
buy
he
it?
well, no, well, he definitely got the Reality Stone.
Oh
Uh,
no, no, yeah. They brought it to him, and then
yeah, that
stuff
was a
happened, and
post-credit scene.
they took it back.
Yeah, and then well, Thanos did, I think. I don't know anymore.
No, it was like he was demonstrating it, and then one of his um like servants or whatever, the girls that he had, um grabbed it with their hands and then caused like a chain reaction in the building and like blew the whole building up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well,
And
I
then
don't
Rocket was like, "That you had that in your purse?"
yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, the 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 Power Stone? He had
Yeah,
in
yeah. Well, they were calling it the orb, and he had the
oh, yeah,
orb,
the orb.
and Peter Quill had it in his bag the whole time, and Rocket was like, "You had that in your purse? It's not a purse, it's a knapsack."
Yeah, he would call it that. Um, do you like Rocket and, Drax in these films?
Yeah, I always liked Rocket. Um, I thought it was interesting, and I just like how he was like super badass with like the prison break scene in the first one did. Like that
Yeah.
whole oh my god, that was such a good scene. Like when he's in that little control tower, and he's like on the controls with like he's just standing on the controls, like doing all this stuff really quick, and he's building stuff on the fly.
Mhm.
I don't know, he was just so interesting, like as a character. Like dude, this raccoon's like a genius, man.
Yeah. No, I thought it was all cool when he did all that stuff because we learned more about him and obviously Drax. I don't think we really learned too much about Gamora in this film until well, I guess we do. I guess the second one's just
I mean,
more
her
about
character kind of developed off of the movie. Like he's kind of like a basic character in the beginning of Guardians, like he's just Thanos' like hitman thing, just doing missions for him, and then her character develops a lot when he meets like the whole gang.
yeah. No, I agree. I'm trying to think of like other stuff because I thought you know I thought Ronan was kind of boring a little bit.
He was cool. I mean, yeah, I think that too. But he was just like Thanos's. He was working under Thanos, and then he realizes that what he's trying to get is something that he could utilize for himself, and then he kind of that's kind of where he messes up.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, he's just he should have just went with the plan maybe.
He was nuts. He was trying to extinct the people of Vandar, which I
Yeah.
think Thanos ended up destroying the whole planet anyway.
Yeah, what was What was his? Why did he want to destroy all of Xandar again?
Because he's a Kree. He's part of the Kree Empire, and I think the Kree Empire and I guess the Andarians were at war for like I don't even know, like centuries, some crazy amount of time. I think
Jeez.
it was like centuries, but it was kind of like not as active anymore in the present time of that era, like the time of the movie. And Ronan was like a what do they call it, radical, like trying to like bring it back and like call it havoc again.
Yeah. No, yeah, that I don't know. I thought that was cool. I like a lot of the cool stuff in Guardians 1. In the beginning, they had obviously they explained that Peter Quill's mom had cancer and then she died and then, that just that was just a lot for him. Like even I mean, I guess it's just it's weird cuz it was hard for him to just like, you know, like for him to I don't know. I don't think it was I think it was just harder for him too because he was just away from everybody because he just got taken right after that. So I don't know if he really processed it, but I was gonna say like just a lot of little things I thought were really cool. Like obviously the take my hand part at the end,
It's for
when
hand pizza.
yeah, and then like Gamora says take my hand, and then there's this one scene where uh what is it? The girl on the ship that I guess he had a fling with or something, a one night stand with on the ship. She's wearing the same shirt that he was abducted. He was abducted in the
Yeah,
camp
the
one.
Buri was their name. I think he's like the guy forgot you were here when he was
Yeah,
like on
like
that space mission, like getting destroyed by Ronin people.
yeah, he's just like yeah, he gets just I just like that detail that she was wearing the same shirt. I thought that was funny, and because it's like I didn't know when it was gonna come back, but it did. And then I don't know. I mean, just the what was it? The ending of it was just really cool because they had to work all together. They had to work together, and obviously there was a loss, Groot. But then we got Baby Groot later on. I guess who is not Groot. uh, then there was a few more things. Yondu
Yeah, right. You can't forget Yondu. He's
we can't.
literally the best character.
Did you like Yondu, right?
Oh yeah, dude, he's so awesome. I mean, Michael Rooker is just awesome. So it's like oddball that
Yeah.
is gonna be cool.
Yeah, he's amazing in The Walking Dead. He's just a great actor.
You know, he's actually in every James Gunn movie.
Well, he's oh yeah, I guess he is in Volume 3, yeah. So,
Yeah, he's
that's
in every
crazy.
James Gunn movie, and I think I don't think it's not confirmed yet, but I've been trying to keep up with it. But Superman Legacy, um, hopefully we see Michael Rooker there too.
That would be cool. Yeah, maybe he's gonna be like Clark Kent's dad or something.
Your alien dad that
Superman's
kidnapped him.
dad, yeah. No, the real dad, well, oh wait, not the real dad. Wait, the one on the farm. I don't know. I don't know their names.
Yeah, I don't know. Rick, Rick
Rick,
Dan.
Rick and Martha. Yeah.
Wait, are you
Um.
serious?
Well, no, I just know
I was gonna
Martha
say,
is the
I
last
dude, I
name.
just totally guessed that.
No. But I don't that. I mean, that's cool that he's in all those films, and I can see why. He can play like different characters, even if he is kind of the same person all the time. I'd say he's always the gruff character, like he's all tough, I guess.
That
And
voice that he has, man, it's like a super
yeah,
unique voice.
exactly. And he could play so many different characters. Um, yeah, I think their relationship is really interesting in Guardians 1. because he doesn't really like Peter doesn't really like him that much, but he still hangs with him.
Yeah, their relationship was weird. It was kind of like you couldn't tell what was going on really. I think there's a point where the whole movie of Guardians 1 is obviously Ronan's the big bad and Guardians of the Galaxy are forming, but then there's the Ravager and Yondu trying to literally are just chasing Peter Quill around the galaxy the whole time, trying to get this damn ore because they want to sell it because they know it's worth
Yeah,
a lot of money. And the whole time, he's got this huge Ravager crew that he's the leader of or captain, and um, and they're just like, dude, you're like always soft on Peter, like, we should kill him. Like that's what we do. And then, he fires back and he protects Peter the whole time. And you kind of don't realize it at first, and it starts to make more sense. Obviously, in the second movie, that's when it kind of unfolds. For that's an interesting concept too.
yeah. No, I get it. Um, I was gonna also say, because I feel like this is very important. We should bring this up before we go into the next movie. The music. It's just, I think the soundtrack really good in the first one. Like,
Yeah, yeah, I
it
agree.
sets it up. Yeah. I mean, what's your favorite song on that track?
Uh,
Would you say?
I mean, I gotta be honest. I love them. I like all the songs in this movie, but one of the reasons, really, I mean, they're all good songs, obviously, but one of the cool reasons that I personally like them is just to like connect them to the movie. Like,
Yeah.
um, I used to deliver for Amazon, so I would have uh, my delivery van, and I would be playing, I'd be listening to stuff all day, like podcasts or whatever. But then I got started getting bored. It's 40 hours a week of listening to stuff. I was like, you know what? I downloaded Guardian 1 and 2, and some days I would just have it, I would just listen to the audio because between the soundtrack and the special effects and all the cool explosions and dialogue is very great. Uh, I just enjoyed my time listening to it as well as watching it. But yeah, I gotta say, I guess pick a favorite song would probably be "They Come and Get Your Love," the very first song that plays when he's on Morad.
Ooh, yeah, I like that one. I
Great
actually
song.
like the longer version in the third film a lot more, just because they're just very passionate at the end. They just keep going at it. I don't know what it is, but they keep going. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, right? Like in the third one, they have like a longer version of that song. It plays into
Of
the
"Come
end.
and Get Your Love."
Yeah,
Oh, Rocket. I think Rocket's playing it right
yeah,
on the Zune.
hmm yeah. I like that one because it's just more passionate, I'd say. But yeah, I like that one a lot. I'd say yeah, that's probably that's probably my favorite, or Hooked on a Feeling. Spirit
Yeah,
in the
that's a cool
Sky though,
one.
really good.
What's it? Yeah, I mean, honestly, the whole first movie soundtrack is
Yeah, they're really
very good.
good.
Even
And they all fit.
all of them.
Yeah, they all fit the scene very well. A lot of people call them 80s though, but if we think about it, they're like late 70s. Like that's where it is, or 60s. None of them I don't yeah, I don't think any of them are from the 80s. Which is weird. Like even volume 2 or 3. A lot of the some of the I think volume 3 just has a bunch of like 90s ones, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you agree or not, but just from what I can like research.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, three. The music is weird because it's based off Peter Quill's um, cassette that
Zune,
his
yeah.
mom gives him. Well, no way, the
Oh,
third
you're
one.
talking
You have
about
the first two,
yes.
and the first movie he only has the first cassette that she already had made for him before,
Yeah,
and
then
then
he
obviously
opens
the
the
president that he never opened. But the first movie is it's just a cassette. Like how many songs can you fit? I guess the soundtrack of a movie um is on that. So really, all he knows from Earth is that super. I mean, I guess what he knows when he was before he was abducted by aliens, but um they only had that soundtrack and just over and over and over again. And then you open volume two and gets volume two and you listen to that. And then
Yeah,
I guess you listen to one and two. And then by the time you get to June, was it three? You're like, oh, there's 300 songs on it. And you're like, 300? And
that's
that's when
insane.
it gets, and I like the idea of that because, um, the third movie soundtrack is much different than the other two. And it's cool because it's like, oh, Peter Quill got been doing with all these songs on it. Now he's got like all this different music to listen to.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I actually have the cassette player now, the Sony Walkman that he
Oh
has. It
yeah,
was very expensive. I bought
I'm
it
sure.
twice, because the first one didn't work, and I was gonna try to fix it, but it didn't work out. So I just said I'll get the other one instead. I got a refund, but still, it's like expensive, a lot of stuff to deal with. But I was able to,
That's
you know,
ancient technology.
I know, but it sounds good. Maybe not the best, but it works. And with some duct tape and the back of a like a what are those, like tape measure, I'm able to put it on my like pants. So that's good. The rim of my pants.
Oh, so you can hook it up to your belt like a
Oh
belt
yeah.
clip.
It's awesome. But oh yeah, I think they had that in volume 1 and 2. They don't ever show the back of it, but I think they had an attachment because it can't really attach to the pants, but it attaches to his pants all the time. But they never show the back, and I wonder why. Probably because
I wonder why how that thing survived the vacuum of space.
I don't know. I don't know. I I legit don't know. That's some theories that only Sony knows.
Yeah, I
But
guess they're having
yeah. Do you
awful
want to go
stuff
to
on that.
next topic?
Hey, go for it.
All right, Volume 2, a banger, a banger. I actually think this is the best one, but some people disagree. Some people think as it gets better and better, and I do agree on that. But I just think this is my favorite Volume 2. Just like Spider-Man 2. It's like just they understood what they wanted to do with this one, where it's kind of like Toy Story 2 actually, where it's like, they talk more about the main character, you know? They focus just mainly on like what's the background of this guy? And then we find out, oh, his dad's a planet. Cool.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
guess
know.
that the difference between those two for that scenario is like that the first movie is mostly about the development of introducing the characters, and then the second one they don't have to do that anymore. They can instantly, very first scene, they're already fighting something together, and it's like hilarious and awesome, like right away, very beginning of the movie, before they even start the opening credit.
Yeah. No, I agree. I I think I just think with volume 2, it's one thing I noticed between volume 1, 2, actually and 3, cuz I think this is important. I think they have similar beats when it comes to music. I mean, not really with 3, but because it's missing one of them, but like in volume 2, they have that, obviously, that opening song where they, you know, I guess show the backstory, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
these characters, like in the 80s. Then the next song is just some fun little dance of the characters. Then there's a road trip song, kind of. And I think you guys can already know what songs are coming up in your head. There's obviously a prison break song in all three of them, you know? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, right? All these scenes, they have like certain songs with them.
You've got like a theme going for
Yeah. I think those are the main ones. I mean, there's more, obviously, if you think about it more, even more deep, I think there's more, but those are the main ones I recognize.
Well, I know
But I
James
don't know.
Gunn has said in like interviews that he has a heavy influence on the songs. Actually, you were saying that like I think someone asked her if Marvel would be like the deciding factor on any of the songs or anything like that. and he actually said that, no, like, in one of my, like, conditions for these movies was I get to pick the music, and he was very specific on the music that he chose. It had to be, like, have to do with space. He said he wanted it to be a space opera, so it was, like, not every single song has to do with space, but a lot of them have, like, an element of it in the songs, which is really cool.
Mhm. Yeah, I thought, I mean, I just like the music and all of them, and I understand, like, that, a lot of movies, they can just throw music in, like, look at Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad, but Suicide Squad. That film is just a bunch of random songs in there, and a lot of other movies too. But this one has a reason, like, a story reason too, like, he was given those songs by his mom. They, very
Yeah.
close. He's been listening to these songs, you know, basically the whole time, and, I think that's cool. Um, and I don't know, I like this movie a lot more, just because it's a lot funnier in my opinion, and I think, uh, a lot more, I mean, it's just, it's a very smaller scale story, even if it feels bigger because it's a planet that's taking over other planets, but, you know?
It was interesting there, like, that whole movie, because there's in volume 2, there's the Guardians of the Galaxy, there's the Ravagers, there's the Sovereign, and there's Ego, which is, like, 4 different, I guess, like, factions. There's, like, the Guardians were good guys, and then kinda, like, 3 bad guys, which, I mean, the Ravagers, I don't know. They're, like, anti-good guys, kinda, not really bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
A lot going on, but yeah, you're right about that, like, it started to feel crazy, but I guess 'cause they're all the characters are introduced already, uh, except for the Sovereign and Negro, so it's like, you can just get more of that, you had it in the first one, now you're getting more of that in the second one.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. No, I like just the just, all the new stuff they added too, like you were saying. The Sovereign, those are the gold people, right?
Yeah, the gold people.
Yeah, that's basically what they are. And, no, I mean, they're kind of a threat, I mean, I think that's the only flaw I'd have with the movie, but it's not really a big deal. It's just the fact that they were kind of like a small thing, but at the same time, they were kind of like they came in at the right time, but also at the wrong time because they're getting attacked by this, planet, and then she's just like, "Oh, I'm here to kill you because you stole some batteries."
Yes, yeah, like a grudge against him the whole movie, like, he was just in the way the whole time, they were like, "Alright, we're trying to, like, save the galaxy," and you're like, "We're trying to kinda kill it."
Yeah. No, I don't know. The humor too is just really funny. Like there's just a bunch of like scenes where I feel like it's a Drax film in some ways. It's just Drax just thinking something dumb and then they talk about it for a bit.
Yeah, I think Dave Bautista's character, like, I mean, Drax got significantly, uh, bumped up his, his acting powers in that one because he killed it. Like, I mean, the first one he was good too, but I don't even think they've given him huge movies really before that, and now he's like a superstar, and yeah, he deserves to be hilarious, dude, and yeah, Drax is so funny.
He is. I thought Drax was just amazing. I thought with what's his name? Peter. I mean, this movie is just about Peter. To be honest with you, I mean, a lot. I mean, I felt like the first one was also about it, but I felt like it was about the whole team. This one's just more about Peter, and I guess with
Yeah, finding his like origin,
yeah,
I think I know his dad origin stuff.
yeah, I think he was just mesmerized by his dad. I thought this movie was a lot better, this one, then obviously, I mean, obviously, okay, there's a weird comparison, but Ant-Man 3, Quantumania sucked, but they I felt like that made more sense as a twist villain. I mean, obviously, I guess Kang the Destroyer wasn't really a twist villain, but he could have been. And I thought it would have been cool. Or maybe not even a twist villain, but like a dramatic irony kind of thing where this guy's just so mesmerized by what this guy can do for him and whatever. And then he's just like, nope, I'm a bad guy. That
And
would have been
actually,
cool,
like
but
it kind of those Guardian and Ant-Man actually relate in a way, because of Kang and Thanos. Since Thanos obviously the big bad of the Avengers, like it's like the whole MCU, and now Kang is set to be the next big bad of the next phase of the MCU, which is he was introduced in Ant-Man and Thanos introduced in Guardians 1.
yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Kang, is going to be the big bad now because of like some stuff that's happening, but at the same time, I feel like Thanos is a better villain when it comes to that stuff.
Thanos was
Like,
awesome, dude. He was the coolest villain.
yeah. I mean, yeah, let's talk about Ego. I thought he was really cool.
You're a guy with
Like,
a small G.
a small what?
He said, I forget who asked him, but they were like, "Are you a god?" And he's like, "A small G,
A small deal.
small G, like a letter G for God."
Oh, okay.
You're trying to be humble, I guess, about it.
Oh, humble, yeah. Yeah, he's no, I thought I mean, I feel like that Kurt Russell is the best actor for it, like
Yeah, he was awesome.
he was known in the 80s, stuff like that, and it's also funny that I mean, it's also just I mean, because we all think it's just like funny, and like whatever, but then there's like a darker side, He's like a person that's been with a bunch of women and also has a bunch of kids and also has a bunch of seeds and a bunch of other planets.
It actually gets weird because they find out Gamora and I guess yeah, Gamora and Nebula find out when they're fighting each other that there's like a graveyard of like I don't even know. It looks like thousands of skeletons of people because he was trying to, uh, I guess, breed a kid that would have his powers, and none of them um, would have the celestial gleam and that. And Peter Quill was the only one that ruled.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole thing with him having the powers was cool, but at the same time, it's weird that he just dies and then he doesn't have the powers. But I mean, I guess it makes a little sense. It's just, I don't know. I thought that was a
I
little
mean,
weird.
yeah, I mean, it's hard to make sense of like certain
All
things because
that.
there's speculation.
Um,
And
yeah. And with Peter, that whole scene where the plot twist, I thought that was really cool. Whole plot twist of like, oh, I killed your mom.
you did
That was
what?
just yeah, like I mean they even did the rack focus kind of thing or the that or the just the the jaws shot, what I'm talking about, and that was really cool. So it was like, what?
Yeah, really. I don't even know, like a poem, or something like into his
Yeah,
eyes or whatever.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That was really
Yeah,
cool.
I like that too.
So he was realizing that he's just an evil man. I don't know. That was really cool. And then oh, also Yondu and Rocket. That whole thing was just interesting because they are kind of similar characters.
I like them together. They were cool.
Mhm.
I have a favorite. One of my favorite parts of that movie is actually the when they do the mutiny on the Ravagers and they lock Yondu up in the cage with Rocket and and they get Groot to help him get out and then they play the music over their intercom or whatever, and Taserface is like, "Oh, he's got the fin because he had Groot stole the fin out of the drawer or whatever, or Kraglin." And then they go up around the room, and Yonder's just sitting in the chair, and Rocket's above him, like fixing up for Finn on his head, and then he just stands up and then goes crazy with the whistling arrow.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like that song too. That's one of my
Yeah, the song
favorites.
was awesome. Yeah, I love that song.
Do you like the other songs too?
I like them all.
Yeah. I
Like,
thought
there's a couple songs from the movie that I might skip on a playlist, but
Bring It On
um,
Home to Me. Do you skip that?
no, I like that one. Good one.
Yeah. I don't know. I actually like those songs more than the first one, but I know a lot of people like the first songs more. It's just I like all the more rock songs, like Fox on the Run. I mean,
Yeah,
Mr.
that's a
Blue
good
Sky
one.
is more kind of pop, I'd say, but or electric, but I think that one's really good. Surrender, like a lot of good songs. Wham Bam Shangalang, like
That's a
I'm
good
just
one.
saying, there's just a lot of I think better songs. I think Father and Son I would skip,
I love
and
that song.
Flashlight. Oh,
Flashlight's good
sorry.
too.
And you said you skipped some of these songs, and I'm like,
Yeah,
the
well,
ones
not
I
those
bring up
two.
that I would skip, you don't skip. And then I mean, I skip Guardians Inferno, but you probably
What?
don't. Okay,
That's a
now I feel
great
like
David Hasselhoff singing a song.
I guess it's cool. It's just I don't. What songs are you skipping?
Uh, I don't know. What is that one? There, Pina Colada style and
Pina
whatever.
Colada's in the
And
first one.
yeah, the first one.
You skipped that one? Jeez.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Okay. I don't know. I understand why some people don't like
I
some
mean, it's
songs.
okay.
I like all of them except the last three. But maybe that's just because I'm like I have my own taste on that front. Uh, it felt like the second one felt more like, I mean, at the end, it felt more like they knew they had a fan base. You know, they because obviously the David Hasselhoff thing at the end and the "We Are Groot" thing at the end of the song. You know what I'm talking about? It just felt like they knew they had like people that are just like, yeah, you know?
Like they were going there for the song.
Yes, or just the whole movie, basically.
That's like one of the
Um,
reasons why I love the third one so much because they switched it up a lot with the music.
oh yeah, definitely. Um, okay, let's go to the holiday special. I thought the because we don't have too much to say about this one, thankfully. Um, I thought with the holiday special, it was. Oh, do you have it? Actually, yeah, the holiday special was I thought really good, but I mean, because it's a parody of the Star Wars one,
Yeah,
kind of.
exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, basically, if you think about, Guardians of the Galaxy, it's a parody of Star Wars in some sense. It's not like a full on like, like it's not Spaceballs, but it's trying to embark that sense of like space, uh, you know, opera or something like
Yeah, your
that.
space theme movie.
Yeah, and I don't know. I thought that one was really funny because I mean, well, we meet new characters that we'll meet in Volume 3, but it's kind of a simple story, like, oh, he's sad about Gamora, so we're gonna capture Kevin Bacon. I thought that was kind of funny.
I just thought
I
that
like,
Kevin Bacon was in it.
yeah,
Hilarious.
I think it's funny that his favorite movie is Footloose.
Infinity War and Tom Holland or Peter Parker's like, or no, Peter's like, it's still the greatest movie of all time. Or Spider-Man's like, it was never the greatest movie of all time.
I mean, it really has a bad third act, I'd say, or climax,
Which one?
but
The Special? The Christmas Special?
Footloose.
Oh, Footloose.
Yeah, so I
That's a movie I
understand
haven't
why.
seen in a couple of years,
Yeah, it's
many
not.
years.
It's okay, but we understand why he likes it. Dancing and all that, and he
That is
maybe
true.
liked it with his mom.
Yeah.
Um, No, I mean, I thought Drax and because Drax and Mantis, I feel like are the biggest part of that movie or that special.
Yeah, it's
They're
definitely
just
more of them two movie
and they're
or
really good
yeah, whatever you
together.
call it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they were
really
cool.
good together. Because they're just, I mean, they're kind of like a will they, won't they in some ways, but they're also kind of like a best friend kind of thing. And
That was hilarious that they were on Earth and they're like walking around and everyone's like, dude, you're like literally aliens, like just like walking around right now.
yeah, and they're really funny when they're interacting with Kevin Bacon. Like I saw him, I think that was the first time I laughed in the special. Mantis was just hopping around the uh you know, what's it
Oh,
called?
in his house.
Yeah,
And
and it looked
yeah,
so
it was,
unrealistic, but
yeah,
it
it
was
looked
kind of
so
cool.
scary. And he was like, what is going? It's like a bug lady, like zipping around through his house.
It was terrifying, but I thought it was funny. And then I don't know, I thought uh Mantis was I actually I don't even remember what Mantis did in that episode in the special. Do you remember?
But she stole,
Yeah, what did she
what did
steal?
they do? I mean, they stole Kevin Bacon, but
Yeah, they did steal Kevin Bacon.
they stole some stuff from his house too and brought it with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole main thing was stealing Kevin Bacon to bring as a Christmas present to Peter on nowhere, which is I don't even know how far away from Earth that is, but they pretty much brainwashed Kevin Bacon to like not go
Oh
crazy when he's on
yeah.
a spaceship.
Yeah, that's funny when she does all that stuff because you keep forgetting she does that. And then it was cool the little animation with what's his name? Well, I
But
guess yeah, with
yonder,
Yondu and yeah, Peter.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, because it just it starts it off and then ends it off. That plot twist made a lot of sense though when you thought about it. The fact that Mantis is related to Peter.
Yeah, it was surprising, and then yeah, it made sense at the same time.
Yeah, because it was like, yeah, I mean, she was there. He just didn't say anything, but she knew.
So he
But
knew.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was cool when he just realized Kevin Bacon realized that he was on nowhere and just freaked out because obviously he would. And then Peter was just like, "Hey, you gotta return him back." And it's weird that everyone thought it was normal, even Groot, I think. And
Yeah,
it's just,
imagine you like waking up and on your like an alien planet, and there's a bunch of aliens like celebrating you, and you're just like, what is going on? And like,
I thought that
how did I get
Christmas
here?
song was funny. The one
Dude,
in the beginning where,
yeah, the beginning, and then at the end, Peter Quill's like, you guys just made those instruments?
oh,
Because before they played the song, they literally like crafted those guitars and stuff and never even knew how to play music before. And then it was like this rock song that was like super funny and cool.
that's insane. Um, yeah. You have anything else to say about the holiday special? Or you want to move to volume 3?
It was better than Volume 3. It was, I couldn't expect it was cool. It was just a cool, um, hype to the third one coming out because it was a long time coming. And, cause Guardian 2 was like 2017 or something. So it was many years. So getting the Christmas festival was like a nice little welcome to the third movie. This is becoming the
Mhm.
epic trilogy.
Yes, we gotta talk about volume 3. Oh my. Well, I felt like with Rocket, whole thing was sad. I mean, it started off sad. Like we don't know what's going on, and we just see a tiny raccoon being like he looks afraid of this hand coming towards him. You don't know what's happening, and then we just learn what happened to him, and it's just insane. You know, like it's messed up what happened to him.
Yeah, that movie was not like. it had me crying the whole time, dude. Like I'm a crier in movies, bro. Right? You got a way to make me cry, that's gonna happen. Other than that, like a raccoon, like, and you feel for him because you know him already, and you're like, he's been through some stuff, but you don't know what it was, and then you see it for the first time, and you're like, whoa, that's not.
Yeah. I didn't bring it up in the volume 2, but when uh what's his name? Yondu died. That was I think really sad. I mean, obviously
Yeah,
everything in volume 3 is pretty sad, but I thought that one, I mean, I don't know, just something about that whole scene was just really sad.
yeah,
There's just a
I
lot
love
of those
that.
scenes in volume 3, so it's just crazy. Cuz it's all about death, you know? Like how much death Rocket has seen, how much, I mean, they're expecting that Rocket's just going to die. And then we think that Quill's gonna die. I mean, obviously, some people are like, "Nah, he's not gonna die." But it's weird too because they said that characters were gonna die, and then they
Yeah, I was
didn't.
gonna say that too.
Like, I actually
Literally,
thought
literally nobody.
Drax. Yeah, I thought Drax was gonna die or Rocket. You know, but no, none of them.
They didn't say they were gonna die, though. They said like something like the Guardian, like the some of the Guardians won't make it or something like
Hmm.
that. Like not that they're gonna die, but uh, they ended up changing the team up at the end.
Yeah, that, like, yeah. I mean, in the beginning, we just think we don't know too much about like the Rocket thing. We just think it's really sad because also the fact that Quill is just drinking himself every day, drinking himself to sleep every day,
Yeah,
and like he touched Nebula's hand or something, said Gamora, and like we're like, what? He's still like freaking out about that, and it makes sense, but it's just kind of sad. But then gets even more sad. I'd say with do you like Adam Warlock in this film?
uh, yeah. I mean, I like that actor, and I was excited for him in the movie, and I thought he was, I thought he was a really good character. Like he was what he was, since he didn't know really anything. He was like he was cooped up in a cocoon, so he
He's like
didn't.
5.
He's like a baby, but he's like a grown, I don't even know, like a 20-year-old, but he's like has the mind of like a small child or something. So
Yeah,
I like the character. It was a cool character.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of new characters in this one. I thought it was cool because we thought the gold people were hot stuff, but then we find out they're just a creation of that one guy. The
Yeah, the high evolutionary, like I guess ran there,
Yeah, and it
kind of
ties
owned them.
together to the second movie, and he's just crazy. He's diabolical. I'd say he's
Yeah,
one of
that
the
villain, and yeah, he's one of the
better than Kang.
yeah he's one of the coolest villains in Marvel. Like he did such a great job with that. Like it was awesome. Like he was so
Yeah.
terrible.
Like, I didn't even realize that, Rocket was gonna tear his face off or something like that, because I didn't even realize until later that, his face was, like, all messed up, but then they did it, and it was like, "Oh, wait, that's why his face is like that." I just thought maybe he just got old or something, needed plastic surgery, but nope.
I think the high evolutionary was actually like 300 years old or something.
That's insane.
And they're well, I guess the reason in the movie that his face is all messed up with the rocket
Mhm.
shredding it apart, but I think he also like did a lot of experiments on himself.
Ugh.
Um, I guess
Mm.
obviously or he was experimenting because he was trying to like do what he was doing, make a perfect world or whatever he was trying to do. And he was experimenting on himself. I guess I don't know, keep himself alive longer, or I don't know what else, but yeah, he was definitely crazy.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. Um, no, volume 3 was just, amazing. No, there some other stuff. Let me think. I thought the one second. Let me think. Those. people on the planet were really cool because they kind of
Are
looked
they
fake.
human animals, whatever they're called? I think they're like
Yeah,
human animals.
yeah, that was. I mean, just to imagine that those were the things after Floor and Teefs and Lila.
The
Just
scene when they
I
pulled
just
up on the belly ship, uh, to what's the planet called? Um,
what planet?
Counter Earth.
Yeah, counter. Yeah,
Yeah. They pull up on that with the belly ship and they land like right in the middle of a neighborhood and everyone's gone off. Like, what is this thing? Like, because they're looking at it's like opposite. Like they're looking at the Guardians of aliens and like if you saw this on our planet, it would be like imagine what they're thinking. Like if you saw it yourself, you know.
exactly. And then then Drax just throws the ball at them.
Yeah, that is hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of that's just a lot of yeah, a lot of funny stuff. I mean, Drax is the funniest character, I'd say. Um, and then everyone else is just reacting to what he says.
I mean, like
Uh,
I doubt this couch serves only one purpose. Like it's not dual function because they kept yelling at him because he was laying on the couch.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Speaking of like that design of everything, it looked like 60s or 80s or something. Like the
Yeah,
everything was set back then. Like the music sounded weird on their radio, stuff like that. I mean, I think that might have just been a part of volume 3, but no, there's just like just weird music playing at one point.
that
Just
sounds in the
everything just
soundtrack. Actually, it's like a some I don't know what country it's from, but it's in another language. But it's like a crazy I don't even know what to call it, a techno song or
yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, there's just a lot to this. I thought it was really cool the whole thing where they're breaking in, and also the the whole scene where they're in the colorful suits. That was
oh
really cool.
yeah, I love that
The
scene, dude.
music playing and everything, just amazing.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite song in the movie that plays during that scene. It's
In the meantime,
K-Tog. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. In the
that's a good
meantime,
song. Yeah,
really
that's
good
my
song.
friend Eli's favorite song. He plays it all. I think for a long time he had it on loop because it's a
Yeah, I
really
think
good
I
song.
did the same thing. I was at the gym just listening to In the Meantime over and over again, doing my workout.
Yeah, so I don't know what it is about that song. It's so like euphoric. It's weird. It's not even. It's also just like you're taking drugs. Okay,
I
I
can
don't
just
know what that's
picture
like, but
that scene when their song's playing and it's like a nod to Space Odyssey or 2001 Space Odyssey movie with those
oh yeah,
colorful suits. And that whole scene was so cool. Like they're flirting and then they land on top of that. It's like they're doing like a hike and I don't know, the whole scene was just amazing. That was my favorite scene in the movie.
yeah. That whole thing was gross though. The
Oh, the organism as a
yeah.
facility.
hmm
It was
I
weird.
thought that was gross. That was funny.
Nathan Fillion was hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Um, and then one thing I thought was cool is those kids. They never really went into it, but that was interesting. The kids on the ship.
Yeah.
I don't know what you know that was all
He
about, but
he was trying to make a new like he had the human animal on
yeah,
Counter Earth and he was trying to make a new
like
evolution of
perfect
people, yeah,
human.
another perfect
Yeah,
human, yeah. Or whatever. They weren't humans, but
yeah, and I guess they were perfect. I don't know, but I thought
they were scary.
yeah, they were a little bit. I mean, they were just kids. I thought I thought that seems really cool that how Drax was able to talk to them. And that actually made me almost cry when he was like, "Hey, I used to have a kid like your age or whatever." I was like, "What?" I don't know. Just something about that
Yeah,
line.
nice little knot that forgivable when we were dreaming
Yeah,
still.
it was very small, but it's just like we didn't really hear a lot of serious stuff from him, but then like it came out, and then he was like doing the monkey thing, and I was like, yes. I mean, it was funny, but it was also like, you know, you know, I guess everyone's just happy now, but then they're also like trying to
You're trying to
get
cheer
out
the
of this
kids up. They're
situation.
lost in a freaking shell on a giant cube ship.
Okay, all right. Groot though, why does he look like that? I guess it's kind of cool,
Yeah,
but he kind of
it was
looks weird.
cool. But you did look kind of weird.
Yeah, it was a cool callback too when he hid the the guns inside of him and then just
Oh
went.
yeah, that was
"Rawr."
rough for kids, man. I wish there was like I wish that scene was like I don't know like another 2 minutes longer. It was really short. It was such a cool scene.
It was.
That
I
scene and the hallway scene were the hallway fight scene was like top notch. It was so
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely. Um yeah, the fight scene between the High Evolutionary and everyone else at the end was just insane too.
Oh yeah, that was more emotional than a crazy fight scene. Where just like this is Rocket's chance right here to own this guy. Like you got him
And
this time.
he accepts that he's a raccoon
Oh yeah, he
at
sees
the end.
the cage with all the baby raccoons, which it's confirmed that all of those other raccoons are actually his siblings or like his
Yeah.
part of his family.
And
Because
then
they're from the same whatever, however he makes his subject. But yeah, that was pretty insane too.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, that whole scene just at the end where all them are running out and then oh, I thought the dog was funny, Cosmo.
Yeah,
That
Cosmo was
whole thing
cool.
was funny, and the fact that he was able to, actually shoot people with Yondu's thing, Sean Gunn's character. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, Kraglin.
Yeah,
I
like
wish
just
there was
all.
more of him, and he was kind of left off to the side a little bit in the third one. I thought
Well,
there would be a little bit more of him.
yeah, well, I don't know. There's just not too much purpose, I'd say, because he mainly just needed to be in nowhere to protect it, and then they needed
Yeah,
to.
and then yeah, you're right because he was the controller. 'Cause I didn't realize until later that they made nowhere a yeah, like they made or put like rockets on it and like go through hyperspace with it.
That was a little goofy.
It was crazy. Like they turned the eyeball into like a giant cannon, blast the high evolutionary ship apart.
I know that was funny. The ending was a little weird though, like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see my grandfather, and then I'm gonna go somewhere." But I guess it makes sense, you
It was
know?
like a nice little circle, like to end the loop of the whole series. Like, because at the end,
Yeah.
you kind of think like, what is he even doing? Like,
Yeah,
why is he like we have the home already, and he's talking about I don't know,
and I always
being
thought
sad
that
about his family and stuff.
and I always thought that, Gamora and, Quill would get back together, but because of Infinity War/ Endgame, that didn't really happen, so that kinda sucks, but at the end of the day, it's just how the story went,
I actually found
and,
out um that Infinity War, um, James Gunn didn't even want any of that stuff to happen. He didn't want Gamora to die. That was all Marvel, and I think they fired James Gunn. I know he wrote the script for Volume 3, and they fired him, and then that's why the movie took so long to come out, and then they brought him back on to release Volume 3.
yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just a bittersweet ending, which is sometimes better than just a full on sweet ending because it's like now. I mean, because if you think about it, it does make sense. He didn't never went back to Earth or whatever. He's always been up there because that's what Yondu did to him. He brought him, uh, you know, to space. But maybe if he goes back to Earth, they'll find someone else or just have a different life. Just kind
And
of
he
cool.
didn't want to go back to Earth the whole time, and then I think he finally realized that he's getting older and stuff that he should probably at least go back and see what's going on.
Yeah, like he can always come back. It's just like, it'd be kind of cool if he just went down there. Um, that was really funny. He was eating the post credit scene. He was eating some weird cereal. He was eating, what was it, Magic Spoon? I thought that was funny because that's just what old people would probably eat because it's not a lot of sugar, but it's a lot of protein. I don't know. I just thought that was really funny because that's a very obscure cereal. So that's really cool. It's very
It was a
expensive.
random scene.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just really weird, but
I thought the
it,
trilogy was great though, man. Like the ending was, I thought it was a very good ending for. Usually you
no,
watch a trilogy
yeah,
and it's not. Sometimes you're like, oh man, like they kind of
that
rushed it
whole,
or mixed
yeah,
up, and I feel like they kind of answered all the questions and
hmm
sealed it off at the end.
and then and it couldn't have ended any other way with that without that music scene where it's like the dog days are over.
Bro, yeah.
Couldn't have ended any other way because it's like it's like a dance party ending, but it's like well earned. A lot of those aren't. So, do you want to rank them?
Yeah, sure, I'll
All right,
go.
so yeah, you go. We're also including the holiday special, so you have to put that in. You'll probably put that
Okay.
the worst though.
Now put that to pair. Nah, probably not. Man, it's hard. Uh, um, I'll go. I'm gonna go three. Um, oh man, 3, 1, 2.
3, 1, and then 2.
Yep.
All right, where do you
The
put the holiday
hard
special?
stuff. Oh, I guess 4
I guess 4. Yeah, I don't know.
or
I
fourth
agree with you
place.
on the holiday special, but I'd say when it comes to the my favorites, I'd say volume. Hold on, volume 1, then 3, then 2. That's from worst to best, actually. Um, but I'd say holiday special, yeah, not as. It would probably be behind volume 1 because it's okay, but it's not like
Just a fun, quick
just a fun
thing to
little
see
thing.
before it was like a teaser for the third movie.
Yeah, so it
Really.
really doesn't count, but still, I still think volume 2 is better than 1 and 3, but some people disagree. Um, just because I don't know, I just liked the whole ego thing. I like volume 3 because it's a big film, but just I don't know. I guess something about 2 is just special. Um, but yeah, I think we'll end it there. So Jared, do you have anything you'd like to shout out or anything? Any social medias or anything like that?
Uh, Not really. I mean, I like my Instagram. It's elevate_is_grow, but I only really post in my story right now. But I am trying to. I might eventually try making a YouTube channel. I'm still in the process of working on the content and stuff, so it's not going to be out for a while. I try to announce stuff like that later on, but that's just kind of my game plan right now. I don't really know. I
Nice.
don't really have it set in stone yet, but yeah, that's what I'm kind of working on right now.
That's cool. Yeah. Um. No, yeah. I mean, I'll post that if he ever does that. So keep checking in the description. But let me know how you feel about Jared in the comments below. Let me know if you'd like to hear from him again on this podcast. I sure do. Thanks for listening to this week's podcast about Guardians of the Galaxy, and you'll see me next week talking to somebody else about something else. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this episode, and you'll see me next week. All right, bye.